The Book of Ruth is a captivating narrative found in the Hebrew Bible and the Christian Old Testament. It is a short but profound account that centers around the lives of three main characters, Ruth, Naomi, and Boaz. Despite its brevity, the book carries significant themes of loyalty, redemption, and God's providence. Summary of Ruth. The story begins. The Book of Ruth opens during the time of the Judges when there was a famine in the land of Israel. A Hebrew family from Bethlehem, Elimelech, his wife Naomi, and their two sons, Mahlon and Chilion, migrate to the land of Moab seeking food and sustenance. Tragically, Elimelech dies, and his sons marry Moabite women, Ruth and Orpah. However, after 10 years in Moab, both of Naomi's sons also pass away, leaving her as a widow along with her daughters-in-law. Loyalty and decision. Upon hearing that the famine in Bethlehem has ended, Naomi decides to return to her homeland. She encourages her daughters-in-law to remain in Moab and start new lives there, but Ruth, displaying unwavering loyalty, insists on accompanying Naomi back to Bethlehem. Gleaning in the fields, Ruth and Naomi arrive in Bethlehem during the barley harvest season. To provide for them, Ruth decides to glean in the fields, a practice where the poor are allowed to collect leftover grain from the harvested crops. As it happens, Ruth gleans in the fields belonging to a wealthy landowner named Boaz, who takes notice of her and shows her kindness and favor. Redemption and marriage. Naomi realizes that Boaz is a close relative, and according to the custom of Levite marriage, he is eligible to redeem her family's land and marry Ruth. Naomi instructs Ruth to approach Boaz while he is sleeping and lay at his feet, a symbolic act of requesting redemption. Boaz, impressed by Ruth's virtue and loyalty, agrees to redeem the land and marry her. The lineage of David. Ruth and Boaz marry, and Ruth gives birth to a son named Obed. Obed becomes the father of Jesse, and Jesse is the father of King David, making Ruth a direct ancestor of the great king of Israel. God's providence. The Book of Ruth beautifully portrays God's providence working through the lives of ordinary individuals to accomplish His greater purposes. Ruth's loyalty to Naomi and her faithfulness to God result in blessings for both herself and her mother-in-law. Conclusion. The Book of Ruth is a captivating tale of loyalty, redemption, and God's providence. Through the faithfulness of Ruth and Boaz, God orchestrates events that lead to the establishment of a godly lineage, eventually culminating in the birth of King David. The story of Ruth exemplifies the power of steadfast devotion and the impact of selfless acts of kindness. It teaches valuable lessons about God's faithfulness to those who put their trust in Him and His ability to work through seemingly ordinary circumstances to bring about His divine purposes. The Book of Ruth remains a cherished narrative of love, faith, and hope, inspiring readers throughout generations.